Greetings, welcome to Facts About Everything. I am your host, James Egan, and today on Bond Month, we're doing the Bond actors. We'll be looking at the 6 Bond actors, and I'll be doing 5 facts about each. Let's start with Sean Connery. Connery? I've already forgotten how to say his name. Thomas Connery, yeah, that's his real name, competed in the Mr. Universe bodybuilding contest and came 3rd. And you might be thinking, yeah, but in the 50s, being muscular was very different to being muscular now. No, he was absolutely ripped. In fact, he was so strong, he single-handedly beat 4 men in a nightclub, while, of all people, Michael Caine held his coat. Before he was an actor, he was a coffin polisher, a milkman, and a model who posed for art classes. He infamously stated in a 1965 interview that there's nothing wrong with slapping a woman every once in a while. Barbara Walters brought up this quote while interviewing Connery, assuming he would apologize. He stood by his statement and said he hadn't changed how he felt. He was offered the role of Morpheus in The Matrix and Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. He turned both films down because he didn't understand the script. By the way, in my Lord of the Rings video, I say how he turned down Gandalf and instead did League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that movie turned out so badly, he quit acting and hasn't done acting since. Actually, somebody corrected me, said, no, he has done 1 film since that time, which is this.
My name is William. Billy to my friends.
The hell is that? That's your swan song? That makes League of Extraordinary Gentlemen look like, well, not good, but a movie? What? Now let's look at George Lazenby. He was the highest paid male model in Europe before playing James Bond. Albert R. Broccoli said he believed Lazenby could have been the best Bond if he didn't quit. He's been married and divorced twice. He was supposed to play Jesus Christ in The Life of Brian. Weirdly, The Life of Brian starred John Cleese, who went on to play Q in Die Another Day. In 1973, he was supposed to star in the biggest action film in the world. The film, Shrine of Ultimate Bliss, was cancelled after the death of the main star, Bruce Lee. Lazenby was a pupil of Bruce Lee. In fact, he was supposed to have dinner with him the day he died. Lazenby attended his funeral. Look, Lazenby hasn't done a lot, so that's it. That's all I can find on the guy. So let's look at Roger Moore. His contract as Bond provided him with an unlimited supply of Monte Cristo cigars during filming. He attended Joan Collins' wedding. He nearly died from double pneumonia when he was 5. He is a hypochondriac. He's been married 4 times. You know what I just realized right now? I have never seen Roger Moore act outside of James Bond. Okay, this is weird. All 5 of the facts I found about Timothy Dalton, I didn't mean to do this, they're all a coincidence that's connected to James Bond. He played Lord Asriel in a play of his Dark Materials. In the film adaptation, The Golden Compass, the role is played by Daniel Craig, both of which played James Bond. He dropped out of RADA, so did Sean Connery. He was supposed to be the villain of The Last Action Hero. That part went to Charles Dance, who played Ian Fleming, the writer of James Bond. He's in Penny Dreadful with Eva Green, who's the Bond girl in Casino Royale. He plays the villain in Hot Fuzz. His character was written like a James Bond villain. He even has a sexy female assistant, and he has a big mute henchman with an uncompromisable loyalty to his master. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized. That's the Hound in Game of Thrones. What? That is the weirdest thing I've seen in the 200 videos I've done on this channel. Let's have a look at Pierce Brosnan. He used to be a fire eater at a circus. After he became famous, he was asked to show off his skills on the show Muppets Tonight. However, the crew had no idea that fire eating is only possible with a certain type of oil, which they did not have. When Brosnan performed the stunt, he burned the inside of his throat and was left with dozens of blisters. Nevertheless, he didn't show that he was in pain because he didn't want to come across as unprofessional. What a legend. He graduated from the acting school, Drama Centre London. Before the students graduated, they performed 2 scenes in a crowd of acting agents. However, the school thought Brosnan was so talented, they allowed him to do 6 scenes for the showcase. This is the only time the school has ever done this. I've actually met people from that school, and I had to double check if that was like, a rumor or a gossip or whatever, and I said, no, that's true. We've actually seen the video clips. They said he was the best actor that ever went there. His wife died from ovarian cancer the day after their 11th wedding anniversary. In Mrs. Doubtfire, Lisa Jacob plays the daughter of Pierce Brosnan's love interest. By complete coincidence, she plays the daughter of Timothy Dalton in The Beautician and the Beast. What's with Timothy Dalton in these coincidences? His first film that had a theatrical release was as an IRA agent in The Long Good Friday. Although he wasn't supposed to have any dialogue, he improvised a line. The director found him so charming, he kept it in. And finally, Daniel Craig. Daniel Rawton Craig was heavily considered to play Rorschach in the 2009 film Watchmen. In 3 years, he played a militant Jewish soldier 3 times. That's gotta be the most specific typecasting I've ever heard. His father went to the same school as John Lennon. He was the only actor in the Tomb Raider film who was also a big fan of the game. He had a top secret cameo in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. He plays a stormtrooper that says,
And I'll drop my weapon.
the character's name is Stormtrooper JB007, which is an obvious reference to James Bond 007. Special thanks to these fine people for all their help. Be sure to subscribe to Facts About Everything. Follow me on Twitter for updates on upcoming videos. Check out my Facebook page to let me know what subjects you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks for watching, see you again.